everyone. We are here live at Oauthc University Teaching Hospitals Complex in Ife. I am Omolola Abuda from the Corporate Services Department. I'm here to give you a rundown of the events and happening within the hospital for the months of June, July, and August. Please stay tuned. The Federal Ministry of Health sent its representative to the Oauthc University Teaching Hospitals Complex Ife for regular checks on the needs and wants of the hospital. Paramount in this check was the COVID-19 isolation ward and the molecular laboratory for biohazardous materials. The check was to ensure that the hospital could successfully battle virus outbreaks and also manage carriers of such diseases. Another aspect of the visit was a brief lecture with nurses of the hospital on patient management and the introduction of a new payment scheme that will cater for Nigerians and not just hospital staff at a greatly subsidized rate. In a bid to boost staff performance and productivity, the management of the hospital organized a two-day workshop on staff development and organization cohesion on the 2nd and 3rd of August 2022 at the main auditorium of the hospital. The acting chief medical director, represented by acting chairman medical advisory committee, Dr. Adekunle Adeyemo, made it known in a speech that the workshop was born out of the consideration to have a harmonious and peaceful work environment, as it is important for staff to know their limits and rights. The workshop had in attendance the Deputy Director, Appointment, Promotion and Discipline, Federal Ministry of Health, Abuja, Mr. Yakubu Abu, who noted that there are a set of rules that govern and regulate the conduct of every organization. Another notable speaker at the workshop, the Deputy Director of Reform Coordination, Servicom and Service Improvement Department, Federal Ministry of Health, Abuja, Mr. Ali Abduzaki, described Servicom as the engine for service delivery as it regulates public service performance. Staff were advised by the head of the Department of Family Medicine, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, to be conscious of work-related stress and quick detection of such to avoid any emergency. The Oauthc University Teaching Hospitals Complex Ife joined the rest of the world to commemorate this year's World Breastfeeding Week. The Department of Community Health organized a campaign at the Urban Comprehensive Health Center Ele on the 5th of August 2022 to raise awareness and promote effective and efficient breastfeeding. The Ijesha Geriatric Center was officially handed over to the management of the hospital on the 30th of June 2022. The ultra-modern multi-million naira project, which is the largest and second of its type in Nigeria, was solely built and equipped by well-meaning Ijesha indigenes led by Asiwaju Yinka Fashuyi. In his takeover address, the board chairman of Oauthc, Alhaji Shehu Bara Oninge, promised to write a special appeal to the Minister of Health to include the center in the yearly budget and to grant the hospital approval to recruit to the center. The acting chief medical director, Dr. Muyiwa Owojuigbe, appreciated the Ijesha people for their commitment to contributing their quota to national development. The nursing department of the hospital held a continuing education program for nurses at the Florence Nightingale Hall on the 13th of July 2022. The two-day event was held to sensitize the nurses of the hospital on the need to incorporate computerization and digitalization in the discharge of their duties and the launching of the Caring Hands magazine. To ease the movement of members of the Oauthc community, the management of the hospital approved the immediate repair of roads within the Ife Hospital unit. Previously, parts of the hospital's internal roads, which visibly had severe potholes and had become a pain in the spine for many patients and their relatives, had been repaired. However, the efforts of the management to improve the hospital's internal roads have provided a holistic transformation to the hospital's road networks. The Dental Center of the hospital held a media sensitization program at the lecture room 1 of the Dental Center on the 17th of August 2022. The guest speaker, Mr. Wale Fatade, in his lecture titled Tips for Active Media Engagement, emphasized the need for doctors and professors to get acquainted with the media by publishing and posting the latest discoveries at both the Oauthc University and the hospital. He, however, stressed that this would help to promote the hospital and the university. He further advised against the negative use of the media. It is not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. We cannot but appreciate those that donated to the hospital in the past few months. The Chief Executive Officer of Crown is Wealth Foundation, Mrs. Adiola Awofiraye, in commemoration of her birthday, donated a sum of 1 million naira to clear the bills of some discharged indigent patients who were yet to clear their outstanding bills. The hospital also witnessed another generous donation from the family of Prince Adeleke Gbadebo and Olori Latifat Gbadebo of the Lexica Investment Limited, Ile-Ife. The family donated a brand new electrocardiography machine which will be used for checking various heart conditions. The acting chief medical director, Dr. Muyiwa Owojigbe, expressed his joy and praised the donor not just for the recent donation, but for many others being benefited by the hospital through the family. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Breathe Easy Foundation, United Kingdom, has donated drugs and other medical consumables to the management of the hospital for the use of asthmatic patients in the hospital. Responding on behalf of the management, the Chairman Medical Advisory Committee, Dr. Adekunle Adeyemo, thanked the foundation for its kindness for choosing the hospital as its beneficiary. As the saying goes, no act of donation is too small. The children from Temikpemi Christ Apostolic Church Ile-Ife, as part of the Children Week 2022, donated toiletries to their fellow kids in the children's wards of the hospital. The kids were led to the different wards where the donations were made by their teachers as well as members of staff of the Corporate Services Department of the hospital. How satisfying it is to retire with so many successes to remember. It is on this note we would like to celebrate those that retired in the last few months. The former Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Professor Olusonya Adejiigbe, bowed out of service meritoriously on the 4th of August 2022 at a ceremony held at the Oduduwa Hall of the Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife. The guest lecturer at the valedictory and birthday celebration, Professor Chris Bode, who is the Chief Medical Director of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, disclosed that Professor Adejiigbe had served meritoriously as a pediatric surgeon, a professor and a Chief Medical Director of the teaching hospital, who has brought about numerous infrastructural development at the hospital with his disciplinarian approach, which has helped humanity at large. It was a moment of joy and reflections recently as testimonial filtered in from the guests who were at the retirement and birthday celebration of Mrs. Comfort Bossetti Ajala at the Florence Nightingale Hall of the hospital. At the reception hall, guests passionately extolled the life, character and service of Mrs. Ajala, who has meritoriously served the hospital and retiring as the Deputy Director of Nursing Services. The Department of Physiotherapy, Oauthc Hospital Unit of the institution at Elisha, celebrated the retirement of one of their Deputy Director, Dr. Oluwadare Ogundipe, and one of their health assistants, Mr. Joseph Oladipupo, on the 17th of August 2022 at the Multipurpose Hall GMPD building. Present at the event were members of staff of the department, the unit administrator, Oauthc Hospital, Mr. Ayo Oladimeji, families, friends, and well-wishers. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social media handles for more useful events and happenings within the hospital. Bye.